Sissy, now we're going live and the pressure is off. I'm so glad to be back. I have to behave properly. I have to concentrate today and be aware that I have a big presence in the house. This is a man that I admire deeply. Why? Well, because he's an incredible, remarkable actor, director, acting coach. He's a legend. To me, he's a master. Okay? A master. And I do not use that word very often. Mr. Austin Pendleton is in the house. Thank you so much for coming by.
Thank you, Sissy.
I don't want to hold back, Austin.
Please don't.
I can't.
Please don't.
Can we relax? Can we have fun? I'm so excited. I had conversations with Charles this morning. I said, Sissy, don't screw it, Sissita. You know what? Don't screw it with stupid questions. I said, Charles, I will do my best. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to read about this man. I mean, I will do my best, but it's just so hard, Austin, because just to explain to you about how I feel about you, when I went to see you right at the Public Theater, Central Park, 4 years and a half ago.
Right.
Mother Courage, Meryl Streep, Kevin Kline, a great production. When I saw these men on that stage, guys, I cannot get over that moment. I'm still there.
Capped out for that one.
Yes, I couldn't believe how great you were, Austin, with Meryl Streep. The scene on the table where she's smoking her pipe.
Yeah.
Oh, when you were shopping the wood, remember? When you were...
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I had to go and see the play again. And I went back again to see you and Meryl Streep, but you were the big catch. And I said, oh, this is a man that I have to meet. So talented. Can we talk about that?
Sure.
Can we talk about that moment? Can we talk about
Sure.
the play, the production experience?
Yeah, that was thrilling. First of all, I was so surprised when I got the part because I auditioned for it. And I didn't audition very well. And I thought, well, okay.
Why?
I don't know. The director is this brilliant man, George C. Wolfe, who I hadn't worked for before, and he gave me some adjustments in the audition. He wanted me to change certain things I was doing just to see if I could do them, which often happens in an audition. And I blew them all.
Why?
I don't know. I just couldn't find them in the audition. And he was very sweet and very encouraging, but I thought, well, okay, it was fun to audition for that. I forgot all about it. And then a couple of weeks passed and I got the part. And this was only a couple of weeks before they were about to go into rehearsal. So I was surprised and I had to change some plans and everything. But I'd never worked with Meryl Streep. I'd never worked with George C. Wolfe.
Right.
I'd never worked at the Public Theater in all the years I've been in New York.
Really?
Yeah. And I thought, and that play is one of my favorite plays ever written.
Too.
Yeah, it's overwhelming, that play. And I thought, well, I just have to do this. Although, because I'd blown the audition, I thought, or at least I thought I'd blown the audition, I thought, I'm not sure I know how to do it. And I almost didn't do it because I thought I couldn't. I just thought what I revealed to myself in the audition was I don't really have a grasp on this role. I'd played it once before, 20 years before almost, with Olympia Dukakis up at Williamstown Theater Festival, and that was exciting. But I always felt at the time I didn't have a grasp on the part then, and I thought I still didn't have a grasp on it. But then we went into rehearsal, and the scene that you're talking about, the scene between the two of us, you know, we were rehearsing it some, and they're very complex and difficult scenes in that play with a whole lot of people in them. And he would rehearse those, George, but he kept on calling the scene with the two of us together, and I thought, why does he keep calling it? I mean, we're playing it, you know, it's fine. She's so great to act with that no matter what you're doing, you think it's going well.
Right.
Because she's one of those actors that you just kind of look at her and you can't help but do something in response.
Right.
You know, there are some actors who are like that, and she's one of them. Plus, she's extremely generous.
Giving.
You know, very giving.
And like we spoke before, she doesn't hold back 1 inch.
No, she's right there.
Yes.
Okay, so he kept on calling, and I kept thinking, why does he keep calling it with the two of us? We're playing and everything. And then one day, he suddenly just opened up. He said, you know, there's something I'm missing, he said. So I said, well, I was playing it very cool and detached. I thought that was what the character was supposed to be, and so he just started pouring out, and he was talking as if he were the character. And he was saying, baby, baby, don't do this to me. I love you, I'm giving everything for you. Look, I'm chopping your wood, I'm doing everything. Why do you treat me like this? Why do you not totally embrace? And he gave this long aria that was unforgettable.
Yes.
So I just thought, so you want me to do that? He said, yes, I want that. So I did it.
You did.
And I mean, he handed me the performance.
Right.
Yeah.
But you were absolutely flawless, Austin. I remember every single moment.
When you get an idea like that, like he gave, and it was much more than an idea, it was a very fully realized statement of the feeling of the scene, then you can take flight.
Right.
But if you don't get hold of an idea, either from yourself or from the director or somebody, you flounder and you can't find those moments.
Right.
You know.
But you are a director, a stage director.
I'm a stage director, yeah.
And you're pretty good in what you do. Everybody loves you and respects you. Every single actor.
Well, almost all of them, yeah.
All of them, right?
Well, a few exceptions, but that's true with any director.
Right. But
yeah.
in your case, you just directed The Three Sisters.
That's right.
Right? Wonderful reviews. I missed it.
Yeah.
But I saw your interview in Channel 13 about, what, a month ago, 2 months ago?
It was on a little over a month ago, I think.
A little over a month ago. It was a beautiful interview, really well done. They're really knowledgeable.
Oh, they're very smart.
Right?
Yeah.
It's a different interview. This is not the same.
Michael Rydell, yeah.
Michael Rydell, yes.
Yeah, he's excellent, yeah.
He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
He knows what he's talking about, yeah.
And with The Three Sisters, I was wondering, what was the most challenging thing about directing that play?
There were no challenges.
No challenges.
That's the only time I could ever say that.
Really?
There wasn't. I mean, it's a play I know very well. I've acted in it twice a number of years ago, and I directed it one other time, 25 years ago at Steppenwolf in Chicago. So I know the play pretty well, and I've seen a lot of productions of it, and it's always been just about my favorite play in the world. So I went into rehearsal, but still, you get into rehearsal for any play, no matter how well you know it, as a director, and challenges pop up all over the place, particularly with a play like that, which is difficult. It's a very complicated play. And emotionally complicated, very complicated in terms of all the threads in the story and so forth. And there wasn't one, I think this is unique in all my directing experience, there was not one moment of resistance from anybody.
Right. But they trust you.
Yeah, but and when I say, I mean, there's always resistance, and often the resistance is perfectly honestly meant.
Right.
And well meant. It's not just somebody trying to be hard or difficult or anything like that. They honestly are having trouble with what you're telling them sometimes. But with this play, there was not a moment of resistance from any actor, and there are a lot of actors in that play.
Yes.
And these actors were extraordinary. But sometimes from extraordinary actors, you get, I don't know how to do what you're saying, which is, I say that as an actor sometimes to a director. And it means you honestly don't know. So the resistance isn't meant in any malicious way, but often you get a whole lot of resistance, particularly with a difficult play like that. So there wasn't one moment of it from the actors, from the designers, from the producers at the theater there at Classic Stage Company. There wasn't one moment the whole time. So it was the opposite of a challenge. It was a challenge just to keep your energy up because it's a 3-hour play.
Yeah.
And the rehearsal schedule was highly compromised because that was when the blizzard happened, so people were snowed in a couple of days, would miss rehearsal, some of them. Other people, is when a big flu was going around all the time, people would be out for 3 or 4 days. And so with all of that, we lost a whole lot of rehearsal time, so we didn't have the amount of rehearsal time that you would ordinarily have with a play like that.
Now, what about your notes, Austin, to the actors? Even when the show is still there, after rehearsals, do you go to the theater? Do you have the time to go to the theater and give notes to the actors?
Well,
occasionally?
Yeah, sure, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
But after we opened, I hardly gave any notes at all. I mean, I would see a lot of performances, but I just go backstage and say that was great.
Okay.
And they never did it exactly the same. But all of it was all based on all the ideas we developed in the rehearsal period. They just, every night that company just gave their all to it. The whole company, everybody in it, 15 people or something like that.
Everybody was busy blocking, and
Yeah.
everybody was listening to each other, coming from the heart. I read the reviews.
Yeah, that's what they started doing. In fact, I never even had to told them to be coming from the heart. I mean, they were right there with that thought, and then it was just to establish what they were giving their heart about.
Right.
And it was thrilling.
I missed it. I was like not happy when I said, "Oh, Charles, I want to get a ticket. I have to go and see it." I came back from Costa Rica and forget it. It was over.
Yeah.
Now, what are you working on now?
I'm writing the script for a new musical that's about to go into previews at Lincoln Center in a couple of weeks in early April, called A Minister's Wife. It's adapted from a Shaw play by the name of Candida. That's the name of the play. And we adapted it into this musical called A Minister's Wife. And it's in rehearsal right now. So, when you write the book for a musical, you're always rewriting.
Right.
Always, every day.
Writing is about rewriting.
Yeah, but particularly with a musical, because there are so many elements in a musical with the music and all that you constantly have to rewrite to clarify things.
Austin, I see your face, and Uncle Vinny just came to my mind.
Oh, my cousin Vinny.
My cousin Vinny. Uncle Vinny. My cousin Vinny, Joe Pesci. You on that trial scene. You see how my mind flipped to that moment? But you brought me there. What's up, Doc? The Mirror Has Two Faces?
Yeah, sure.
With Barbra Streisand?
Oh, yeah.
She's one of my idols.
She's one of mine, too.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, can you tell me a memory? Can you tell me something about her that I can just...
She's just really nice.
Is she? She looks tough. She's a tough cookie.
Well, she's not tough to the other people she's working with, at least the other actors.
Yes.
She's
right.
She's right. When she plays off camera and the camera's on you, she plays with all the concentration as if she were on camera, so you have all that to draw from.
Okay.
She's very generous.
Yes.
And she's fun.
Yeah.
She's a lot of fun, and she's a wonderful actress.
She is.
Yeah.
What's Up, Doc? I love that movie.
Oh, it's a great movie.
The Main Event? Have you seen The Main Event?
No, I've never seen that one.
Oh, I can't believe it. You're a big fan.
Well, I am, but I mean, I've seen almost all her movies.
Yeah, with Ryan O'Neal, the boxing.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that scene when she's sparring. Oh, my God, it's so much fun.
Yeah.
All the energy that she has.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, talking about your acting career, I know that you're an acting coach, HP Studios, you're a teacher.
That's right.
A great teacher. Every student loves you.
Good.
Everybody that I know adores you. What makes you special as a teacher, Austin?
I have no idea.
You have no idea?
No.
When do you remember the moment that you said, okay, I'm good at this, I can teach?
No, there was no such moment.
No.
Herbert Berghoff, who had founded the studio with his wife, Uta Hagen. Herbert and Uta were great actors in themselves, and Herbert was also a great director, but he began the studio. So I studied with Uta Hagen for a while, and then I studied with Herbert, and then I studied with Uta again, and so forth. And then one day Herbert calls me up and says, I want you to come down and teach. I'd never thought of it.
Never.
No. And I thought, well, okay. But I had no idea how one would teach. But then I remembered some of the things Uta would do when she taught. So I just began to do those.
No, but I mean, I'm into your class for about, 9 months, and then I have to go. I couldn't go back anymore. But I remember a lot of students, a lot of scenes. You're